Hi everyone, I am Janhavi Panwar. If you all are new here, then welcome to my YouTube channel. If you all are not, then welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, I'm definitely going to suggest you all to subscribe only if you like my content, no pressure. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about thoughts. It's important to have positive thoughts. You know, everyone's been saying it since you were in school, then you went to college, university, your workplace, your family. Everyone only says one thing, is that it's important to have positive thoughts. Now, has anyone ever told you why is it important to have positive thoughts? Please ignore my handwriting, it's just too beautiful. So, no one ever told us why positive thoughts are important. Well, of course, sometimes we know the logic behind this is that so that our mental health keeps in check, or sometimes we stay positive so that everyone else can be positive. Things like that. Basically, we have to keep our emotions in order, we have to keep our mental health in check, and we have to keep each of our feeling, every emotion that we feel in check, right? So that's why everyone asks us to feel positive and to have positive thoughts. Now, we're going to talk about a whole different thing. Right now, what you're living in a 3D world, right? You're living in what? You're living in a 3D world. So this 3D world is what? This 3D world is the way you look, the way people around you look, the way you're traveling somewhere, basically everything that you can see with your eyes. You know, if you're traveling, then you're looking at a lot of people. If you are among some people, then you're looking at a lot of people. Basically, whatever you can see with these eyes of yours is your 3D world. You know, this world you're living, it's all 3D. Why do we call a movie 3D? Because when we watch that movie, we sometimes feel, wow, it's the reality. So we only think is that this 3D world is our reality, right? Every time, what do we think? Is that this 3D world is our reality. Well, let me tell you one simple thing. This is not your reality. Reality is what you create. Reality is what you think. Everyone asks you to just go with this thing, like think positive. Okay, but why? Because if you are going to think positive, that is how your 3D is going to become. Whatever you are going to think, you are that person. And I have also said this in a previous video of mine, is that these thoughts of yours, they're not only thoughts, these are your personality and these are you. This is the kind of person you are. The kind of thoughts you're having is the kind of person you are. And now if you all are going to come to me and say, well, I have negative thoughts all of the time. Does that make me a negative person? Yes, it does. Of course, a person who is having negative thoughts all of the time, what kind of a person is that? A negative person. It's not every time about thoughts. It's the kind of person you are. So if your thoughts are positive, your 3D world is positive. So as I was over here on this topic, your 3D world, this is something you create. Your thoughts create your 3D world. You know, there are these assumptions that we set in mind. Now, there is one more thing. Assumption. Now, what kind of assumptions we have, that reflects in our 3D world. If you're going to have negative assumptions like, yeah, I'm not going to pass in my exams, I'm going to fail. So these are your assumptions. If you are going to think positive, if your assumptions are going to be positive, then that will reflect in your 3D world. Like the world and the reality you're living right now, that is your 3D world. So basically these assumptions, these create your 3D world. So the life you're living right now are just assumptions hardened into reality. Assumptions hardened into reality. These assumptions, these are not facts or anything like that. These are not, something you're born with. No, you create assumptions in your head, and those assumptions, the more you're going to think about those, the more you're going to think, I am a negative person, I am going to fail in my exam, I'm not going to get the job, my interview is going to go wrong, my interview is not going to go well. Everything you're going to think, every little thing that is going to come to your mind, you basically, the more you're going to persist in that, the more you're going to think about that, all of those assumptions, they harden into your reality. So those are just assumptions. If your family is behaving in such a manner, like every time of us, well, I hope not, but sometimes there are a lot of problems in a family, right? And we keep saying, there are a lot of problems in my family. We keep telling people there are a lot of problems in my family. We have financial problems, we have mental problems. We keep saying all of those things and we keep thinking about those things so many times. So all of those assumptions, they harden into facts and they harden into your reality. So if you're going to think my family is good, my family is positive, I have a nice family. So those are your assumptions. So these assumptions are going to create your reality. So it's all about the kind of thoughts you're having. That's why people ask you to have positive thoughts and not negative thoughts. Well, not many people know the logic behind this, but still people say it. But this is the fact, is that the type of assumptions you're going to create in your head, whatever your dominant thoughts are, your dominant thoughts should be positive. So if your dominant thoughts are positive, your reality will itself be positive. Now, another question that arises over here is how to, have positive thoughts, because how to gain all of those positive thoughts. Let me tell you how. The first part and the single thing is feeling. What kind of feeling I'm talking about? I'm talking about, think right now, if you have achieved every single goal of yours, like if you want to be a successful businessman and now you are a successful businessman, so how are you going to feel? You're going to feel happy. If you are, like in a business flight, so how are you going to feel? Happy? Too much happy. Like you're traveling with your family somewhere to a long vacation. You're going to Tomorrowland or somewhere. You're happy? Well, I will be, of course. So if you are, so what kind of feeling will be that? I want you to feel that feeling right now. Like if you had every goal of yours, if your reality is just everything is going according to your mind, according to your thoughts, then how are you going to feel? You're going to feel happy, right? You're going to feel positive. You're going to be on top of the world. So every single moment of your day, I want you to feel that feeling. That is going to create your positive thoughts. I want you to feel all of those feelings that you're going to feel after you have achieved everything. I want you to feel every time those feelings. Why? Because those feelings are going to harden into your reality. I want you to make those feelings your dominant feelings. I want you to make those thoughts, like if you have achieved everything, what kind of thoughts are you going to have now? You're going to have positive thoughts. You're going to be like, yay, I have achieved everything. Now I've got everything that I want. So the more you're going to remind yourself that, the more assumptions you're going to create in your head like that, those assumptions, they're going to harden into your reality, harden into a fact. So I want you to feel all of those feelings that you're going to feel after you achieved everything. And I want you to think all of those thoughts that you're going to think after you achieved everything, because those assumptions, those thoughts will become your dominant thoughts. And I do not want you to feel like this, yeah, I've achieved everything, and then the next moment you're like, oh my God, this is a sad life. So no, never do that. Every time you have to remind yourself you have that and feel happy. So that's going to create your world a much better place. All right, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to see you in the next video. And if you people liked it, then do subscribe, do like, and see you guys in the next video. Stay safe.